Hey guys! So I've been doing some exploring, as you can see. Well, actually, I guess you can't necessarily see that I'm exploring this place, but it's really cool being in an area where I can actually like go on a 5-minute walk and then be a place I've never been before. And it's like easy to get lost, but not so lost that it's dangerous, you know what I mean? Like, these are very defining landmarks. It's hard to lose track of the coast, you know? Worst case scenario, you just follow it and you get back where you started from. So there's like a safeguard, right? But this is a little beach near where we're staying. The place that we're staying, I'm actually trying to walk a little bit further out so I can... It's actually right up there, but we can't see it from here. So I'm trying to go out a little bit more. I originally came on a walk because I'm feeling a little depressed, worried about finances, but this is nothing new, and honestly, it's the same woes I had in the States, but it doesn't really bother, like, I'm not too worried about being in this country because I'm better off here financially. I don't have to pay rent. Money goes so much further here. But I feel a little bit lost. You know, this is just part of the process. I think it's important that I share the kind of, uncertain parts with you guys. Because it's just like back in the States, I'd get lost. And the thing is, at the States, when I was feeling sad or that kind of thing, it was so easy to just, like, stay at home. There wasn't as much interesting stuff everywhere, So now, like, I know better than to, like, stay at home and look at the computer and worry. So I know that it's funny, because when I feel lost, like, I'm feeling much better now. I'm mostly talking about how I was feeling like 20-30 minutes ago. When I feel lost, like, one of the best things to do is, like, go on a walk and, like, actually get a little bit lost. It's kind of funny that seems to help a lot. Just, like, moving around, and it helps me realize, everything's okay. I'm in a better position now. I don't have to work at Starbucks anymore. The thing is, there's a lot of uncertainty. And it's not even like bad uncertainty. It's not like, oh, if this doesn't work, bad things will happen. Like, stuff can't not really work. Even the dropshipping stuff, say something happens there, I've already met life-changing people. I now run a YouTube channel, which is something I always wanted to do. So when it comes to, like, my fulfillment and happiness, I've already gotten a lot out of it, right? But here it's such a beautiful place. Oh, so you can kind of see Malibu. You can see, like, the top corner of Malibu, but you guys aren't going to be able to see it on the camera image. But I'm feeling much better now. It is so cool that there's all this stuff to explore, and, like, everything is so casual here. So say that I want to, I don't know, say I want to, like, come out here and make a fire. Like, in the States, sometimes you can get in trouble for that. There's rules and regulations. Here, not so much. If I make a fire, it might draw attention, but people would just come and, like, sit down and chill. Like, which is cool. So I'll probably do that at some point. I like fires a lot. There's something so, like, surreal about, like, and healing and therapeutic about sitting around a fire that you've worked on to get going, and then having conversation with people you like, or with good company. Look, there's all these little, like, cove things. Isn't that crazy? I gotta go over here, and then I found this little path through the woods. So I followed it. So I was like, oh, this obviously leads to something, otherwise it wouldn't be here. And then I ended up down here, and that's pretty cool. There's no people here, which is really awesome. And then if you look over there, there's a boat, and it's, like, just chilling there. That boat. It's filled with birds. Or at least there were like 5 or 6 birds on it earlier. Now I don't think there are any. I kept thinking there was a person hunched over the back, but that's just a motor. So I don't know how they get into the boat. I don't know if they like walk up to it or what they do, but maybe they have a like little kayak that they take there or some shit. I don't know. I guess they could just swim. It's entirely possible. So pretty. One of my favorite things about the sunset is how it gives the trees and the leaves this like glow. It makes the green really like almost neon. It looks really cool. Oh man, this stuff is a bitch to walk on. See all this? It's like in like sheets. I don't know if it's shale or what it is. I know that it's formed by the volcanoes. But here it's just like, this is walkable, see? But then when I get to this part, it's like, I have to pay a lot of attention to where I'm putting my feet. Especially because I'm barefoot, which honestly probably isn't the best idea, but that's okay. Look at this. This is nice. We did some practice live streams today. That was cool. I want to find a rock that's like a perfect sphere. That would be wicked. They have monkeys here. Did you know that? Howler monkeys. I haven't seen any, but I've heard them. I like monkeys. I think they're really cool. I think, what was I gonna say? Grind camp. I'm really excited about the next grind camp. We were practicing today. We did a live stream. And so Marc and I started off by doing a live stream and just answering people's questions about dropshipping on the live stream. But then we just basically left the stream on for the whole day, just as an experiment. Because it would be really cool at future grind camps if it's literally just being streamed, like each day from like, I don't know, 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. or whatever, then it's all just being streamed so people can just hang out there. Because there were a lot of times where we had like individuals at the last grind camp had these really interesting, fascinating conversations, but they just came up organically, you know, we weren't sitting down in front of a camera. So if we can find ways to capture more of those conversations, that would be pretty cool, honestly. Sorry about the wind, guys. I haven't learned how to like stop the wind, but that's okay. And so one of the reasons I'm freaking out is because I didn't make a payment. I normally make payments to my eBay bill every like 2 or 3 days. And it's funny because I didn't make the payment because I spent about $350 on recording equipment that I could get in the States. So one, I got a webcam that has a wider field of view and less frame rate issues than the last one. So aside from that, I also got a microphone, a Yeti mic, that records audio in a bunch of different scenarios. Because I was at grind camp, I was having trouble record audio of people in rooms, like having conversations. And then also I was having trouble recording audio when people were sitting next to each other and that kind of thing. And then this mic can handle all of those situations, so it's much more versatile. Spent like $160, something like that. But it's necessary, right? And I just think it's funny, because logically, I know that I didn't make the payment towards my bill because I spent that money on equipment that I need in order, like, I can't buy that stuff here in Nicaragua, right? I had to buy it from the States. So it was a good decision, and I know that's why the money's not there. But because I didn't make that payment, my emotions are like, oh, something's wrong, you didn't earn the money, even though I know that I did. I just chose to spend it on something else. It's just funny. Like, a recurring theme in my life is that I can logically know something, right? But then emotionally, I'm still affected by it. And it's pretty funny, honestly. I think a lot of psychology is like that. Like, just because you know doesn't mean that you're immune to it, right? And I know everything's in my head, and I just honestly, like, I gotta give myself some credit because, we're gonna go up there. I'm going through a lot of changes right now, like a whole bunch of changes. So it makes sense that I'm emotional. It makes sense that I'm scared sometimes. You know, that was a cool lizard. This is just how it is. I moved to a country where I don't speak the language, and I quit my job. Everything's changed. I'm around different people. I'm in a different environment. The only thing that is the same is the fact that I still do YouTube work, which is good because I fucking love YouTube work. It's so therapeutic and it makes me happy, which is one of the reasons I gotta remember that if I'm, like, YouTube's kind of like a good friend, to me at least. Like, if I'm feeling off or doubting or anything, it's important for me to remember to just make a video and talk about it, you know, get it all out there. Because it helps me stay sane. It helps me show you guys, you know, shit's not easy sometimes. Gets scary. Is that a monkey? But anyway. One thing, I'm making a list of stuff to do in Nicaragua. And so far on my list I have one thing, and that is to open a coconut, to climb up a tree and find a coconut, and then to open the coconut with a machete. Because that would be really cool. So that's something I want to try. I also want to go, like, through the jungle and, like, slash with a machete. I like a machete. That'd be cool. And there's tons of other things to do. But I like long lists. So I want to make, like, a really long list and then do work-related stuff. It's going to be great. I didn't tell anyone that I left. I probably should have done that. Awesome. So now we're at the beginning of the path. You can see that's where we came from. And so this is the road that I went further down there and then got to the end of the road, and it's a big loop basically. But that's how you get to the beach. I learned that today. So that's pretty cool. I love how there's so much to explore here. It's amazing. Could be entertained here for hours. And it's so pretty. And this is my kind of weather. Like, I guess this is everybody's kind of weather. Some people don't like the rain, but I absolutely love the rain. So being in the tropics is a pretty good place to be when it comes to the rain. Oh man, this is a workout. I always underestimate how much energy it takes. Because I'll just go down a hill. Then I walk going downhill for like 20 minutes. And then when I come back, holy crap. There's so many hills here. I don't know what I'm going to do today. I have no idea. Kwesi gets back today, so that'll be cool, because I haven't met him in person. I did a Skype call with him, and aside from that, Carlos will be here, I think in like 2 weeks, so that'll be really cool, because Carlos is my age, and it'll be good to have, you know, I love being around Marc, but I can't bother him all the time, you know. He's got stuff to do. And we're going to have tons of time, so it's going to be nice to have some other people that I know really well and get along with. That's one thing that's kind of noticeable is the lack of the grind camp energy. Because it's not just the environment. While this environment is amazing, I definitely, I really fed off of the energy when all the people were here at grind camp. Because there were like 20 people. There was always somebody, you know, doing something, and you could tag along, and if you were working all day, somebody would be like, you know, stop working, come hang out with us, that kind of thing. Sometimes I need that. But, wow, so pretty. And hopefully Laura is going to come by. That would be really cool as well. She's another one of the ones I met at grind camp that I got on. Well, I feel like I got along with pretty well. her, Carlos, Sylvan. There were a lot of people there, honestly. Whew. I'm almost back. Holy crap. Almost back. Casa del Sol. It's a cool sign. Don't know what that is, but apparently it's down there. There's even a sign that says taxi and parking, so maybe it's some kind of restaurant or resort kind of thing. I don't know. I'll have to check it out at some point. Hola. I'm gonna keep recording until I get home. Almost done. And maybe I'll do another video. Oh, I know. I'm gonna go bother Marc. I feel like making some videos now. We did some earlier, but there's always more stuff to make videos about. And I have an upload schedule now where I post 1 video per day. But I feel like I should be posting more than 1 video per day. But who knows? Honestly, I've noticed with the views that there's definitely a point where it's too, I'm posting too much and people aren't able to keep up. So I need to make sure that I'm not doing that, because it makes much more sense to post, you basically post as many videos as you can without doing it so fast that even the people who are trying to keep up with your channel aren't keeping up, right? Because regularity is important. Oh, I can see home, it's within sight. Oh, what else is going on? I want to learn more about the animals and the flowers and stuff here. Should probably try and figure out what kind of stuff is poisonous and that kind of thing. Because I'm a very touchy person. I like interacting with things. And I keep finding myself being like, oh, this is a cool plant, and like putting my hand up in its fruit. There was a fruit earlier that had like, okay, normally in the States, you have a fruit. It has some kind of oval or cylindrical shape, and it might have one end that's pointy, right? But there was a fruit, it had like 3 pointy ends. It looked weird. They were like all contorted. And then there's these, I think we'll see one in a second, but there's these plants, all the fruits grow like out of the trunk. It's really, there's so many interesting plants in the tropics, and I've really never spent that much time in the tropics. So it's all shit I'm interested in. I want to learn more about it, because I'm sure there's some kind of plant that I probably should avoid touching. And then there's probably some kind of animal that's dangerous that I should know about. So here you go, you can see that's where we're staying. Oh, and there's a giant truck. Get out of its way. Oh, look, there's a power line right there. Oh, there's that plant I was telling you guys about. Okay, I'm gonna look up here. You see that? Isn't that cool? I don't know what kind of plant it is, but all of the fruit goes out of the trunk. It's crazy. But yeah, that's Malibu. That's where we're staying. So yeah, I'm gonna learn about the fruits and the animals. I'm probably gonna do some videos as well about like Nicaragua and its like political history. Did you know that Nicaragua had the first democratically elected female president? And it wasn't even like a recent thing. This was in 1990. They had the first female president in America 27 years ago. Like, that's crazy. It's funny how many things like, how sheltered I was by some things because I lived in the States. And in the States, like when you say America, in the States, people don't think of where I am as America, even though America's 2 or 3 continents. I don't even know if North America, South America, Central America. I don't know if Central America counts as a 3rd continent. Excuse my ignorance, but my point here is it's all America, right? And it's interesting how little most people who live in the States, they don't know shit about any culture or history of South America or Latin America, which is crazy because the States exists on the backs of the people in the rest of the Americas, right? It's all tied together. So I'm learning more about that. So I'll do videos about that history, and yeah, there's gonna be a whole bunch of stuff. All right, guys. Looks like I'm home. So I'm gonna go find Mark and bother him about something. And make some video of some kind. Oh, actually, it looks like they're all gone. Well, the truck's gone. I don't know where the others went, but we're in Unit 6 now. Oh, look at that view. Isn't that crazy? So pretty. Oh. Oh. All right, guys. Bye.